weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Alana, I'm always amazed at Utah's wildlife. Such cool things to watch there.
Kate did such an amazing job on that story. I did that story 6 years in a row, Brian, so I know those conditions. And Kate was brave trekking it out there. Those scientists do incredibly hard work. I've been out on ATVs, I've been out on boats, but it really does show the health of the lake and where we stand. Those pelicans, big indicator species. All right, I want to show you what we were dealing with from our Black Desert Sky Cam this week. So we've had the heat in southern Utah. We've had the monsoon moisture. The Ivans view shows the red rock with stormy skies. We were picking up wet weather in the desert. They got a little bit of a break today in the southwestern corner of the state. We saw that Cedar City, Mark sharing this one, with just some quieter conditions, but we still had stronger storms towards south central Utah, and storms are still out there tonight as we take that view of the forewarned radar sweeping the region. And nocturnal storms are possible where moisture lingers as we get through the next several hours. I want to get a little closer here so you can see the storm that is going to be moving through Delta and approaching Tooele County. We're expecting 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as some hail coming through, abundant lightning with this line of storms. If it stays strong, it will bring some impacts, and those gusty winds will be very noticeable. High temperatures today hit 95, just 1 degree below where we typically are this time of year. 80s and 90s along the Wasatch Front, 98 in Moab, 106 still in St. George. But we're going to cool a little bit as we head into the weekend. The cold front that moved through, bringing in the wet weather last night and the cooler air today, impacting us in that way where we step back from that above average heat, 70s with partly cloudy skies. But heading through the overnight, we get a little disturbance here that brings the chance of some showers and thunderstorms with those mid 70s by 4 a.m. along the Wasatch Front. And then by 9 a.m., we could see extreme northern Utah holding on to a little bit of wet weather before we have a lull in the action. But we're not done. Saturday does present some storms. This is what it looked like from Willard Bay. Thank you to Tammy for sharing this with us. Cloud cover as well as wildfire smoke adding to the glow there over Willard. Love that area up towards the Fruit Highway. Phenomenal. But that future-cast smoke model shows us the wildfire smoke. Now, you're going to notice thicker plumes of smoke in our neighboring states like Idaho and the Pacific Northwest, as well as to the south of us. And as we head into the overnight, our southwest winds begin to pick up. That southwest flow is going to drag some thicker plumes of smoke into southern Utah, and that's going to extend all the way up towards Castle Country, the I-70 corridor. We'll have hazy conditions in the northern portion of the state as well, but the thickest smoke with our southwesterly flow hopefully staying away from northern Utah. We do anticipate some air quality impacts when unhealthy air for sensitive groups from Davis to Utah County as we get through our Saturday. Moderate air for the rest of northern Utah. It's ozone and particulate matter. So lingering moisture, drier air starting in the southwest and moving through the state, but lingering moisture in northern Utah will allow for some storms. Our future cache shows us those storms on the move. Here we are by 6 a.m. with Cache Valley into Davis County dealing with some showers and thunderstorms. So we kick off the day with a little bit of wet weather and overcast skies, but then we clear, quieter for the morning and into the afternoon. But as we get later into the afternoon and towards the evening, you can see where those storms pop up, isolated in nature with drier conditions and stronger winds in southern and central Utah. A little drier heading into Sunday, so the close of the weekend, staying quiet. Marginal risk for those thunderstorms with isolated severe storms possible. Our flash flood potential eases in southern Utah with drier air moving in. You can see the swell, natural bridges in Grand Gulch still have the possibility, while other portions of southern Utah will not. Okay, with the southwest flow, we crank the winds and wildfire danger, it starts to rise. Red flag warnings going into effect for central and southern Utah, 10 a.m. tomorrow, holding on until 10 p.m. Sunday. So our ridge moved away from Utah, that ridge of high pressure, opening the door for a series of troughs to come through. The pressure gradient between those two will allow for those winds. Also, the high does come back. It centers up by the Four Corners for the midweek, and then it starts to build back over Utah. So long story short, friends, the heat will return. Oh, you'll notice it. 80s and 90s, though, with seasonal temperatures and the chance of storms isolated in nature for northern Utah. 102 in Moab, 103 in St. George. Checking out that forecast for the next 7 days in southern Utah. We have temperatures close to average, monsoon moisture returning by the end of the week due to the positioning of that high. Here's the Wasatch Front. Isolated storms for your Saturday. Temperatures seasonal, but then eventually triple digits return.
Oh, they always come back in the summertime,
they just
don't
love
they?
it.